Smart Mouth Beauty. I'm Heather and this is my sister Holly, and this is our second video about the Kentucky Derby.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Go baby go! And so today we're in a different spot in Holly's salon, and we have made a big giant list because today we're going to talk about surviving the track. And if you're coming into Louisville to go to the Kentucky Oaks, which is the day before, it's on the first Friday in May, and then the next day is the Kentucky Derby, which is the first Saturday in May, we have got you covered.
Yes.
We've got everything you need to know. And if you missed it, the first video that we did was all about beauty and going to the Derby, how to pick out and place your hat, about what to wear.
Yep.
So if you missed that one, we'll have it linked down below, but this one's all about surviving the track.
Yes, because it is a very long day.
It's a very long day.
And anything could happen. Anything could happen.
Right. And you know how they say, like, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas?
That happens here.
What happens at the track stays at the track. Or so you hope.
All kinds of stuff's happening.
Well, let's get started with, if you fly in for the Derby, chances are you're going to come in on Wednesday. First of all, it's the first weekend in May, has been for more than 100 years. So when you're planning and you come in, you're probably going to come in on Wednesday or Thursday of that week, which means on Friday, what happens on Friday?
It's Oaks. All the teachers are off school.
Right. It's
like
a holiday.
national holiday here.
Except for us.
Yeah,
because we work in the service industry in Louisville,
Yes.
and Derby is our
Yes.
busiest time. So we don't get to go. But the
Friday
Kentucky
is
Oaks,
which is all about the girls.
which is all about the girls, because the Oaks race, I mean, there's races all day long. If you've never been to horse races before, they races are all day long, but then there's like the Kentucky Oaks race. And that one is run by the fillies. And so, which are female horses. If you're not into horse racing, you're not into horses.
Just come and drink anyway.
Just come and drink.
Is there a signature drink for the Oaks as
There
well?
is, and it's pink. It's pink. It is the race. It's the run for the lilies. And so I think the drink is even called Lily.
I think it's the Lily. Yeah.
I think it's the Lily. And so you'll want to make sure to buy one, if for nothing else, for the commemorative glass that you get to keep. So that's really fun. So when you're planning on your trip for Derby, if you're going to go to the Oaks, and then the next day you're going to go to the Derby, you've got to plan for 2 outfits.
Yes.
Two dresses, 2 hats.
Yes.
But essentially what you pack for the day for Oaks is going to be the same things you pack for the day at the Derby.
Your survival kit.
Survival kit.
Okay.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about that morning. So you're in the hotel and you've got your dress, you've got your makeup, you've got your hat and shoes and everything. Then what do? How do you pack your bag? Because if you think you're going to wear your cute little clutch and that's going to be all you need, no, we're here to tell you that ain't it.
But you still want to be fashionable, but you're going to want to get a little bit bigger bag. Now keep in mind you're going to have to lug it around all day, and you're going to have to go through security, but you're going to need a substantial bag. Don't think you're going to be cute with the clutch. I agree.
Right, you can have your clutch down in your tote, but you're going to need your tote.
Yes.
And I think we're going to go over some of the things that you need to make sure are in your bag. The first one that I put on the list are flip-flops. Now, don't freak out. Don't freak out. The flip-flops are simply a survival guide, and I know that you went out and you bought your cute wedges, you bought your cute heels, and it, pulled your whole ensemble together, but you will walk miles. I'm not kidding.
Right.
We went to the track. I guess it's probably been like 5 years ago. My boyfriend and I and a group of friends went to the track, and we parked, I'm not kidding, probably almost 2 miles away.
Yes.
By the time we parked and walked to the track and then went through security and then found our seat, easily 2 miles. I was exhausted. I was ready to go.
So what you're saying is that wear the flip-flops in the car, walk through the gravel parking lot in your flippy-flops, then put your cute shoes on through security.
Well, not even at that point.
No?
Because I don't know when the last time you were at the track.
A couple of years ago.
Brick cobblestone walk. Okay.
Oh, yes,
I'm just saving your feet. I'm saving your ankle. I'm saving your feet.
This is even before the alcohol.
This is before, exactly.
Okay,
so
okay.
you need to put your cute shoes in your tote, and wear your flip-flops. And in fact, honestly, if we were to ever do it again, whether you're local or whether you've flown in to go to the Derby, I would take an Uber or Lyft or a taxi to drop you off at the door, because the parking is insane.
Yeah.
Because first of all, there is no parking, and you're going to pay an astronomical amount of money to park, and then you got to walk.
Right.
So I would rather spend that money and take like an Uber or Lyft. That's what I would do, don't you think?
Yes. Love
so, what else do we need?
Flip-flop.
What else do we need?
Sunscreen, because we just talked about the weather could be really to the extreme. We've had every single type of weather happen on Derby. You know, that whole weekend. You will not know, and it can change within the day.
Exactly.
You could start out needing sunscreen and end up in a poncho.
Right, and that's why I'm wearing this little cardigan, because more than likely, because it is the first Saturday in May and it is still cool
in the morning at least,
and you'll be arriving at the track between like 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's still a little bit cool. It could even be earlier than that, especially if you go out to breakfast or something before you go. So you're going to need like a little cardigan or a wrap or something to kind of keep the chill off. But I work in the travel industry here in Louisville, and people will start calling me probably in March, asking me, how do we pack? What should I bring? What's the weather going to be like? What do you think I should wear? And I just flat out tell them, you've got to pack for anything. And here's the kicker. When you're packing your little tote for Derby, you can't bring an umbrella.
To the track?
No umbrella. It's on the prohibited list. But it's okay. Don't panic.
Okay, now.
Stop at Walgreens or CVS or drugstore and buy a little poncho in a pouch, and it'll fit down in your bag, and you'll take it out and put it on if you need it, because chances are, unless you're mega wealthy, you're not going to be in Millionaire's Row, honey. You're going to be
sitting out in the bleachers.
You're going to be sitting in the bleachers, and it ain't sexy. And I mean, I'm sorry. The Derby is a big deal. It is an elite, beautiful, highly popular, highly elite. I mean, elite's really the best word I can think of. Right, it's a prestigious race. Okay, Churchill Downs is gorgeous.
Beautiful.
It's the most beautiful horse racing track you'll ever go to. However, unless you are ultra rich, you will not be in Millionaire's Row. Guess what you sit on?
Bleachers.
You'll either be on a bleacher seat, as in a wooden or metal, I think they're metal now, bleacher seat, or you'll be in a metal folding chair.
Yes, the folding chairs.
The folding
little boxes that you can get, like a 6-seater.
Right, in a box. So when you spend a fortune to go to the Derby, just be prepared that you're more than likely going to be on a metal folding chair. So what does that mean? Chances are also that you're not going to be undercover. You're probably going to be out in the elements. And so when I went a few years ago, we were not undercover. We had great seats, don't get me wrong. We had great seats, but we were not undercover. And so I had to whip out the poncho when it rained. And then guess what happened?
The seats get wet.
Well, the seats get wet, definitely.
Take a little hand towel.
So you need to take like a little hand towel or some paper towels, you know, down in your tote to wipe your seat off, because your dress will get wet. But what happens is you've got on the poncho and then you get hot.
Oh, and it's like steamy sauna?
You've created a steamy sauna.
Oh.
So, in
that'd be nice for our skin.
I know. Well, in the previous video, we talk about ways to maybe change up your hair if you get hot. So,
ponytail band. You need a ponytail band.
Ponytail band
or a hair clip
in your toe.
Yes.
So, but then again, it could be blazing hot. One of the worst sunburns I ever got was being at the track.
Just
sitting there because you can't easily get out of the sun, get out of the heat. So your hat is going to be a huge help, but you definitely need sunscreen, and you definitely need sunglasses. Are really important. So and also you're going to need your bag of makeup for touch-ups too. And we talk about that in our other video. So I would bring also some hand sanitizer, don't you think? Or like wet wipes? Because you're going to be touching a lot of stuff.
There are a million people at the track. You're going to need some wet wipes. You might even need a little extra Kleenex if the bathrooms run out of toilet paper, ladies. Hand sanitizer.
It's just best to be prepared.
Right.
It's just best to be prepared, because as glamorous as going to the Derby is, I say that with hesitation, it is still a horse racing track, and it is it is dusty and it's wet and it's dirty.
There's just a lot of
and there's
people.
An unbelievable amount of people. So it's just you know, you just need your little survivor kit. The other thing to make sure is in your bag are ink pens. What do you need ink pens for?
Oh, making bets.
For making bets. You want to make sure you pick up a program after you enter. You want to buy the program, and you need ink pens.
I think now, though, they have those little automated stations. You can still go up to the betting window and place your bet manual, but I think there are some little, I think there's some technology.
There is some technology, but you know what I do is when I'm at the track is I don't want to have to get up and place the bet after every race.
No.
So I will go through and I'll make little notes
Ah.
for like maybe 3 races or something, and then I'll get up and go to the betting window and place my bet.
Yes.
And so that brings me to one of the most important things you bring to the track.
Alcohol.
Excessive amounts of cash.
Ooh, cash!
Excessive amounts of cash. Even if you don't bet on a horse race, but for food and drink, it's extremely expensive.
Because you can't bring that in.
Because you can't, well, I think you'll need to go on the Churchill Downs, the official Derby 2016 website, and read a list of the permitted and prohibited items. They change, and we haven't been in so long that I'm not 100% sure, and I don't want to quote what that is. It's best to go to we'll link it down below. But even if you don't know anything about horse racing and you're really not a gambler, because I'm really not a gambler either, place little $2 bets on each race because it's really a lot of fun. It's so much fun to have your horse, and I pick it based on the name because I don't know jack beans about how to read that program.
But I love the cool creative
It's so much
names.
fun to pick that. It's like if any horse has anything to do with a cat,
right,
you know, or something like that. Then I'm going to bet on that, and just place your $2 bets, and it will explain to you in the program how to place your bet. But it's really a lot of fun. You want to be able to pick out your horse and cheer for them, and then lose, but that's okay.
But it's only a couple of dollars.
Exactly.
Okay.
So now we've packed our bag,
Okay.
and we get to the track. What are some must-do things during the day?
Drink.
Well, there is quite a bit of drinking. And the first thing you probably want to buy, even if you don't like it, and you probably won't like it because I don't know, is a mint julep. And why do we buy the mint julep?
To drink.
To drink and to get the commemorative glass.
Oh, yeah.
Every year they have the logo,
Yes.
like the logo. This one's from Derby 2000, the 126th Kentucky Derby from 2000.
These are cute little collector's glasses.
I've got a million of these at home.
Do they come with lipstick stains on
They
them?
do come. Well, I mean,
Okay.
if they do, you need to get your money back. But no, so you want to definitely buy a mint julep to keep the glass because it's kind of a big deal. The other thing to do, of course, is buy the program. Make sure that you buy that when you come in so that you know the horses and the times of the races and everything. The other thing is if you get a chance, get up and walk around, go down to the paddock area, because that is where before each race they bring the horses out and they introduce all of the horses and the jockeys and the owners, and that's where you can take a picture of a horse up close if you're lucky.
Get a little closer,
You can get closer. They also have like this jumbotron in the paddock area where you can see the races closer as though you were watching it on TV.
If it's
So I think
pouring
that's a
down
must
rain,
do.
that's where a lot of people go when it's
Right.
raining.
Right. And so that's really fun. Another interesting place, if you're up for it, you know where I'm talking about?
Yes, this is not for the over 40 girls.
Oh, yes it is.
No, it's
yes,
not.
It is.
It is
Listen.
not.
Okay.
I would never.
Okay.
Okay.
If you're going to go to the time and the trouble and the expense to go to the Kentucky Derby, take an hour, walk to the infield.
No.
You will not regret it. I'm just telling you.
It's
The infield is a college crowd. I went when I was in college.
It's a train wreck.
It is a train
You will
wreck.
see all kinds of crazy
It's
stuff.
different, but I'll have to tell you, if you do go to the infield, be prepared. You will never see a horse.
Never.
You will not see a horse unless you watch it on the jumbotron, because there's so many people.
Intense.
And there's tents up,
Chairs.
there's people and chairs and bleachers and everything else, and you're not going to see a horse. Anyway, so just bear that in mind. And also, if you pay general admission, if you just pay the flat general admission fee, which means you don't have a seat, that means that you can walk around the paddock area and you can walk around the infield, and that's it. So if you pay general admission, you're gonna have a lot of fun. You're not gonna see a horse race. I mean, you can see horses in the paddock area, but you're probably not going to see the actual race unless you get pinned against a fence, which that's a whole other thing. We can't happen there.
It could happen.
Right. But
the Derby's a lot of fun.
the Derby is so much fun, and being in Louisville at Derby time is a lot of fun. In fact, we have festivals like a month for like the entire month leading up. I mean, we have a hot air balloon race, we have a steamboat race, a parade.
Thunder over Louisville.
We have, the fireworks show. I mean, we have a mini marathon. We do all of these, like the bed race. I mean, there's like a million.
Float race.
Yes, the parade.
Parade,
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a ton of activities to do in Louisville.
Even when you come into the local airport here, there are girls giving out
bourbon balls.
Bourbon
You
balls.
can't miss the bourbon balls at the airport. Definitely.
So come
live
through,
music.
Yes.
It's beautifully decorated. In fact, Derby in Louisville, Kentucky, if you've never been here, is the time to be here, because we, as a city, and especially those of us who work in the service industry, we put our best foot forward. The city is beautiful. It's immaculately clean, flowers in bloom, everybody on their A game, and it is our time to shine for the country and frankly for internationally. I mean, it's a huge deal. And there's opportunities for celebrity sightings too.
Oh,
that's always fun.
That's
too.
always fun.
I know. So if you happen to come in for the Derby, we would love it if you would take pictures and tag us on Instagram. #SmartMouthBeauty. We would be so excited.
We want to see your hats.
We want to see your hat. We want to see your dress. We want to see you at the track.
Looking glamorous.
Looking glamorous in your hat. And we hope you have so much fun. And if you have any questions at all, please comment down below. We will do our best to answer questions. We'll help you if you need to find some lodging, if you need to find restaurants to go to, if you need
Airbnbs.
Airbnbs.
I think Airbnb are kind of the way to go.
It is kind of the way to go, and I can help you with that. Please let us know, comment down below, because we're here to help, and we really hope that we see you in Louisville. And thanks for joining us. So happy Derby.
Happy Derby. Woo!
Bye. Oh, it's really hard to vote with this big hat on. Yeah, like you can't really vote.
Is there voguing at the track?
No, I don't think so, but I mean, I've never, it depends
Do you
on
think
how
Madonna's gone to the track, Derby?
I don't think that's her. I don't think she rolls like that.
I mean, we had a lot of celebrities, but I don't know if Madonna has come in vogue at the track.
I was trying to think if she had like performed there, even like at Churchill Downs, but I don't think so.
No.
Anyway, okay. Go baby go!
Go baby go! Go baby go! I don't think that's the rhythm.
It's really not the rhythm. I don't know if there is a rhythm.
I'm like a hat headache. How do you prevent hat headache?
Drinking.
Oh, you're right.
I mean, that's like the entire reason to drink at the track is because your head is like screaming. Your head is screaming. Do we cover everything?
I think so. Oh, and you can also use your hat as a fan.